Hello there, everyone. How are you guys doing out there in watercolor world? I just recently started doing a lot of watercolors and I have to swatch them. So I set up under my camera so I could show you guys how I make these cute little swatch cards because I think these are so valuable to beginners and people trying to learn how to loosen their watercolor skills. What this does is you take these little cards, and these I actually have available on my website at jackswatercolor.com. They're available in card size and also these larger laser cut sheets, which you could split. You can actually fold them in half and get 4 of these cards out of every laser cut sheet. So it's a great way to experiment with 100% watercolor paper that is a beautiful quality paper, but also get it very, very inexpensively because you get 4 of these cards out of one sheet. I also have folded cards available too, which are really fun to do if you're making, like your Christmas cards and things like that coming out. But in any case, I use these for the swatch cards as well, and you get these when you order the watercolor from Jack's Watercolor. So I wanted to show you Shadow Rose and Crushed Berry and how I make this cute little flower in like no time at all. I think this is going to be so fun for you guys to use on simple cards, like from thank you cards to birthday cards or whatever. You can even add a little gold to these and they would be like so beautiful. You know what I mean? Okay, so I'm just going to take one of the Jack's round brushes. These are actually, some of these in different sizes are going out in our monthly subscription. We have a monthly watercolor subscription, so if you're trying to figure out what kind of colors you like, it actually ships you a big round of watercolor every single month for you to try. That's professional watercolor, and then you can add to your orders with free shipping and 20% off. So my process before I send out watercolor is I test everyone. So each one has actually been tested to make sure I have the color right and to make sure that we have a beautiful, beautiful watercolor going out to each person. These are all hand poured watercolors. The ones that are from different brands actually come from tube paint, so they are poured from tube paint. If you're getting like commission gold or amgram, and I have sampler packs and all kinds of things on the website, so I really recommend that you go and try that out because it's a great way to discover professional grade watercolor and figure out what kind of colors you like and also build your palette. So that's Crushed Berry with a little bit of Shadow Rose. So what I'm doing is I just put some on my brush and I'm just kind of doing a little swoopy, right? And this is a great way for you to rehearse, right? You can really, really practice your skills so well doing like multiple cards like this, There's a little bit of a glare, so let me move that. Okay. It's been ages since you've been here. I know, I know. I have been really super, super busy filling orders from the store and getting the subscriptions out because we have a lot of subscribers. Don't you love how this color is bleeding in? So you saw me do it where I did the petals first. Now I'm going to do some with the centers first. Notice how easy this is to re-wet right out of the pan. I'm not even having to like go into my palette to do it. But this brush, I think, just does these so simply. And then there's always enough on the brush just to do a little line. Let's go and do another one. So see how nice they are as far as like you get a feel for it. You could line up your greeting cards this way. If you want to get the greeting cards in this paper, they're really nice folded cards, but all I'm doing is one simple swatch with this brush. This one is the size 9, but it also comes in a 10. There's like, let me see. I really love the brush. It comes in, well, that's the flat brush version. It comes in a 6 would do it because it's a decent size. It's a little small, but it will still make good petals. You just might have to do 2 swipes on it. I really love to use the larger brushes because these have such big points on them. So anything like an 8, a 9, or a 10, they're really, really nice and large. So you definitely could do the 8, 9, or the 10 in this brush, and that would do any flower for sure. There's also a cat's tongue in there too, and a liner brush that's really, really nice. But I love the fact that these have points. They're really nice quality synthetic, and I was lucky to be able to work with this company and get some, great brushes. So this center has dried, so I'm gonna do it without the bleed, but I'll show you how to get another bleed back in. So we're just doing this. I'm gonna add a nice loose thing. Now, if I have too much space, you can just go back in and just tap a little more color. I love how this color looks. It's so pretty. It really is. It's one of my favorites. Just rinse my brush out and make sure this one is. And this is just like, again, how I check that the colors are right. They're consistent because I make these by hand. And with handmade watercolor, they're, from batch to batch, there can be a slight variation depending on, a lot of factors that go into making these colors. So I like to say that they're always going to be similar, but maybe not always exactly the same. So then just go back and add a little touch of this Shadow Rose if you want just a little variation in color like that. I love how this one turned out because I did it like really, really bright. And those of you who get this color, you will now know that that rose color is Shadow Rose. And I'm going to have to note it on this thing because I did more than one color, obviously. So that's it. That's my tip for the day. If you guys want to try it, be sure to go over to our group page. And it's nice to see you, Gadget. It's good to see you guys. I'm so glad you all are here with me and watching and still hanging out in the group. The group has grown tremendously. I cannot believe it. Oh, yeah. And I want to remind you that I have a abstract landscaping class coming up. So these really pretty little swatch cards that you see in the Lagoon Blue, the Prussian Blue, which these are like some of my favorite. Lagoon Blue is actually mine. Prussian Blue is listed under the Mission Gold. It's a really beautiful blue. I do have a Prussian that I made, but I haven't made it yet, so it's taking some time. I'm working my way around, but there are some gorgeous colors for sure. This is something that you'll learn to do in like literally 3 minutes. It takes no time. You could do 100 of these. Seriously, this and this, it's so fast, it's not even funny. And if you've ever taken my classes like the watercolor sketchbook for beginners or the floral class, you know that I tend to arrange them in these really nice little easy 10-minute classes, that you can take at any time, anywhere, on your phone, on your computer, and just enjoy yourself, whenever you have a chance to sit down and just look at a new technique. And then I always encourage you, which we will be doing in the landscape class, I'm going to be doing cards. So we are going to be working from the card version of these, but the first portion of it, we're going to be making swatch cards. So we'll be practicing on swatch cards so that you have a swatch card for each technique, and then you're going to make a folded card in that landscape class. I thought that would be really fun. All right, you can get all the supplies at Jack's Watercolor if you're lost. If you even just want to shop for some new colors, I would love to see you over there. Don't forget, all of the sales always go back to support indie artists and our giveaways, as well as animal rescues. I am a big donator to animal rescue foundations all over the world. So between wild animals and dogs, I always send art, and I use a lot of the funds to and get involved in their auctions so that they can raise more funds to save animals. Have a great one, you guys, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye.